You've probably heard Thor Ragnarok is electrifying the worldwide box office, with the film's distinct style and humour going down very well with audiences. But you gotta spare a thought for those poor bastards Edgar Wright and Joss Whedon, those poor millionaire bastards, who both walked away from the MCU after creative interference from their studio overlords. In contrast, you get the sense that Taika Waititi got to put his own unique stamp on Ragnarok, which begs the question, can the modern Marvel director have his Cornetto and eat it?
Studios clashing with directors is of course nothing out of the ordinary for blockbuster movie making. Fant Four Stick anyone? Marvel's overall objective has been the cohesive shared universe, so they've hired reliable directors and a few yes men to deliver on that vision, with a focus more on tone, action and humour rather than a single director's vision. The films have mostly been great, though a couple of subpar entries do stand out as generic, if not completely redundant.
This year's MCU movies seem to have shifted away from the classic mould. For the most part, Homecoming catered to a young, diverse crowd and managed to offer up a decent villain, for a change, even if there was nothing groundbreaking in terms of direction. The two cosmic entries, however, were delightfully nutty. Both stand out as unique, and they're pretty adult at times with plenty of swearing, galactic brothels, and mentions of orgies to keep the kiddies guessing. And when the Hulk appears buck naked, you know you're witnessing something a little bit different. You can definitely see the director's imprint on these movies. We know James Gunn had creative freedom with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and Waititi's film is imbued with his own brand of improvisational humour.
As audience members, who isn't enjoying these different takes on the comic book movie? It seems like the MCU is going through an experimental phase, and if we don't want things to stagnate, surely this is needed. Other studios are starting to realise the need for change too, most amazingly Fox, who it turns out may just sell to Disney. Let's face it, Fox have made plenty of mistakes. Marvel hasn't though. So the question is their experimentation limited to the cosmic universe and lesser known properties to give them some extra flair? Thor was a franchise in dire need of change, so why not take a gamble? It's not like a Marvel movie is going to bomb at this stage. Some of their TV shows, on the other hand.
Looking ahead to next year's Marvel lineup, it seems Black Panther will also be taking some risks. The movie trailers suggest it will be its own unique beast, though let's not forget that Ava DuVernay, heavily linked as director, dropped out because she felt unable to put her own stamp on the film. Though we can't rule out sexual harassment as a possible cause. Either way, the film looks immense. Ant-Man and the Wasp, on the other hand, might be more formulaic. The first movie was fun, but some of the sequences felt very Wright-esque. Peyton Reed is back to direct, so we'll have to see how he does without an Edgar Wright script as his foundation.
But onto the big one, Infinity War. Blending the established Avengers with the kooky cosmic universe makes this the biggest CBM of all time. And if the trailer's anything to go by, not that anyone saw that leak, it looks like the Russos have cracked it again. In many ways, the Russos typify the usual way of doing things at Marvel, though they have been able to craft some superb movies working within the rules, and they'll definitely benefit from having all the characters and powers being fleshed out in previous films. With that said, Infinity War should be the most marvellous of Marvel movies so far. Only time will tell. And power. And soul and reality. Look, all the Infinity Stones, okay?
So is Marvel offering directors more creative freedom, or is it business as usual? Well, we probably haven't reached a Korg level revolution just yet, but things seem to be progressing. While tried and tested talent like the Russos continue to do their thing, there's also a willingness for Marvel to incorporate personal touches from new filmmakers. Obviously that comes with all the expectations of working in a corporate machine, but as shown in Thor 3, you can definitely have the best of both realms.
Summing up, Thor's third outing sticks out as more of an auteur effort, so you got a feel for Edgar Wright. We all wanted to see his take on Ant-Man, but I suppose if other creative talent is coming through, there's a lot to look forward to. And there's always Wright's other films to keep us busy outside of the MCU. Joss Whedon, meanwhile, has jumped ship. There'll be fanboy arguments as to exactly how much of Justice League is his and how much is Snyder for as long as the internet exists. But Batgirl should show us if, at DC, his creativity is given free rein.
So here's a question for you to completely ignore. Which new Marvel movie are you most looking forward to? And what's your favourite flavour of Cornetto? Be sure to let us know in the comments and feel free to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.